We're about to stream on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are live on the tube. This is Wall Street Sizing Up. We're sponsored by StockTrade.tips. You can go to StockTrade.tips. You can jump into the free Telegram that we have. It's free. There's a lot of interesting information on there. We've got over, I believe, 270 people in there in less than 2 months, doing very, very well. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some insider buys. We're going to look at, I got 3 good stocks to watch, stocks to trade, if you would. Then we're going to look at the overall market just very, very quickly. And then we're going to go into crypto. And then I've got a couple of trading strategies or trading tips, if you would, at the end. So after the picks, you can drop off. Or if you want to hear more about crypto, that'll be great too. Again, we're at stocktrade.tips on Telegram. With that being said, we're glad you're here. It is Sunday, and we're going to work. Let's go. First up this is openinsider.com. This is where we find all the insider trades. Sometimes you'll capture some fun trades in here if they own more than 10% of the business, or they have a director on the board. So here we go. So we're just doing from Friday. I'm going to tell you some stocks to look at, right? So KMPR, you want to look at that. Again, these are more expensive stocks, so I really kind of cut them out a little bit. Plus, they're more S&P stocks or larger stocks. They're big cap, large cap. Some are even mega cap, and so they're just not going to move big, but they are going to move. And so here's KMPR. That's Kemper Corp. You had a director size up for a $1.5 million larger position. In fact, almost 1,000% larger position. I look at Fastenal as well. It's great chart. It's on its way up. It's probably got continued momentum. Again, a big company. Let's see what else we got that I was looking at. OVV, I believe it's already got a pump though. So, all right, let's go into the one. Is there anything above the 3 that I like? Oh, you might look at Bright Health Group. You had 2 director size up. One was for $1 million, and that was he went 1.3x more than what he had before. And then the other guy was all new at 50,000 shares at $432,000 buy. So, all right, first up, we are going with PHX. So let me tell you what's going on. Edenbrook Capital sized up. Pretty good. I wouldn't call them a hedge fund. Well, they ride the line of a hedge fund. They're long-term, short-term, multi-strat. So I guess that's a hedge fund. 10% owner in the stock. It's a $3 stock, guys. It's kind of stayed around that. I mean, I've known about PHX for over a year now. He bought it $3. It looks like it's in a buying zone. Edenbrook took 81,000 more shares for $250,000 larger position. So doesn't mean a whole. I mean, these guys work with billions, so it's not a huge position. But look where they took the position at. So it was on. Let me tell you about this. So this is. They took it right here on August the 4th, if I'm saying this right. And you can see that they did it when it went underneath. So it's in a channel up pattern, if you would. They took the position at $3. It fell that same day. Actually, it went up that day, so they took it as it was going up. Fell the next day. Still underneath that trend line barely, and then they're only about up. Let me find, and I'll tell you what they're up. They are up right now from that. They're up 3%. What we think is going to happen is we think that they're betting on that it was going to get past the major trend line and is going to go to probably the 50-day or the 100-day, which is right on the border of the bull bear pivot here, which would be right around, let me get this right, guys, 316 for about a 5 to 6% up here, right? Now you can see kind of where it's at. It's got to cut through a lot here, right? There's a lot of supply here, right? So, but I'll tell you this: once it breaks out, if it does break over 320, it's got a very I could see it going up quite a bit. Probably the next resistance is going to be 376. So that's PHX. Plus we like it is oversold and it's starting on an uptrend, and the money flow is also starting on an uptrend. So we think that we're getting in on the bottom level here with PHX. All right. Next up, we're going to go with BHC. Now, BHC, if we go back here, BHC sized up by a director. It's Balch Health Companies. Let me tell you what they do, right? PHX Minerals, oil and gas would not trade that unless it's above $70. Crude's above $70 on Monday. That's just me. All right, BHC is Bausch Health Companies. They make generic drugs, is what they make. Big investor in them is Carl Icahn, right? Clearly, nobody knows what the stock is going to do. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett. I don't care if you're Carl Icahn. I don't care if you're some hedge fund guru. You know, you've got just to believe in your process, and if the process works, 60-70% of the time, that's what you're looking for here, right? You're not going to win them all. There's just no way. There's no guru that can tell you that. The biggest investors lose, right? Buffett's lost a lot. All right, so BHC, we had a director, and our system is to look at insiders and big dark pool trades. He bought at 25.01. He bought 10,000 shares, so $250,000 buy. BHC. So BHC's got just really moving sideways, and then just took a dump on earnings, right? So he sized up on 8/4, August the 4th, which is right as the dump ended, right on this trend line. I mean, it's just perfect, and he's right at 25. So he's already ridden up. In fact, let's go look at BHC really quick. BHC, he's already ridden up. Let me get this correct, guys. Well, what he's already ridden up is he's up 5% in the trade. Next resistance is going to be the 50-day, and the 100-day comes in there as well. Gosh, just about the same. At 28.93, that's another 7% that we believe that it can go up. But here's the thing about this one. The reason I like BHC, look at the demand here, right? The demand is, it'll chop through this volume here very, very quickly. And that's what we'd like to see. Now, the PHX had the lower volume. BHC has the higher volume. It's got really good volume. In fact, let's see what the volume is. Over 2 million. It's got a price target of $35. We like that. It's 73% owned by institutions. Carl Icahn is the first or second largest shareholder. And so we like this stock, BHC. It's not a meme stock. It doesn't have a huge short float. It's not profitable right now, which is really interesting for a $9 billion company. If we went back to PHC, I want to see if they are not profitable as well. They do have a small float, 18 million shares, but there's no high short interest at all. All right. Next stock is CERC. You see the chart here, but let's go to who's buying. CERC was bought by Armistice Capital. They are a hedge fund, and they are very, very good at what they do. CREC, they sized up on this one, traded heavy on August 4th. They bought in at $2.72, 150,000 more shares. They own almost 40 million shares. So it was only a $400,000 buy to them. But if we look at this, and we know that they bought on the 4th, you're right down here. So they have got a little bit of an up. So let's go see CRC. So they have gotten, let me see what the fourth is here, guys. Fourth is right here. All right. Fourth, they've gotten a, let's see where that goes. They've got about a 4.64% up. So I still believe they're in this trade. From here to the next resistance, guys, which is going to be, again, all of these stocks are really trending very close to not just the bull bear pivot, but also the 50-day and the 100-day. I'm looking at a 3 to 6%, right? And it's not going to chew through. And once it goes past that, it's not going to chew through all this volume very quickly. Now, once you get past 327, the volume just falls off, and you'll see a huge breakout, right? So that's where all the supply is sitting. All right. So if we go back to the bigger, oh, by the way, oversold. It's about to break that 50, which is what you want to see, and the money supply is on the or the money flow is on the upswing. CREC, again, wedge down pattern. Really, it's a channel down, but with some different trend lines here. But you can see where it's sitting on it just passed it ended the day on the 20-day, and you can see where the 50-day is. As far as the stock itself goes, fundamentals don't really count. The share float and the high short interest does. Share float is close to 100 million shares. It is not profitable, and the high short interest is not there. Here's what you need to know about them. Armistice does own, which is very interesting here, their biotech. Armistice does own, and Armistice typically plays in the biotech area. They own 33% of the stock. It's got good volume. It's got a price target of $7, way off of this chart. It's 70% owned by Wall Street as well. So we like PHX, BHC, and CERC are the stocks that we're going with on Monday for us. We gave you a couple other insiders. Now, let's talk about the dark pools. I did not see. All right, so I got burned on the dark pools before one time, and Cisco may burn me there too. We'll see. But I've got to correlate large dark flow buys with the options flow, right? The options flow in BHC was directionally bullish, which is very, very good. The options flow in PHX was directionally bullish. In fact, PHX had a put to call ratio of 0.0017. That's one of the smallest ones that I've seen ever. And then on BHC, the 813 call at a strike price of 26 and 27 was very, very popular. The option flow on CRCE was even. But with that being said, again, I tried to take the dark flow, large buys, correlate those to the option flow, and there wasn't anything there, just to let you know. All right. So with that being said, I do want to call your attentions to. There was a couple of other stocks that some funds bought that you might like. AZRE is one, and number two would be WW International. But the ticker is WW. All right. Let's talk about the markets real quick. Then we'll get into crypto and kind of what I'm seeing there for the weekend, because we have had a pump, and I'm just so bullish on the crypto community. I was telling my dad about, of course, my dad's a boomer. He didn't get it, but that's how excited that I was. So here's the thing you need to know. So I believe, the meme stocks hit. I believe they peaked in February, March. Then you had the cyclicals peak out in May. So this is what you have so far, just to let you know. On the whole, the NASDAQ stocks on average are down 28%. Now, we're hitting all-time highs in the S&P, in the Dow, and the NASDAQ. How can that be? Again, average stock on the NASDAQ is down 28%. The average stock on the NASDAQ 100, which is some of the greatest companies in the world, they're down 10%. Okay? On the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, your average stock is down, are you ready for this? 17%. So how in the world are we doing so great in hitting these all-time highs? Because you have ETFs that are very, very concentrated, literally in the top 10% of stocks, right? So if I go to the Telegram, let's look at the stock tweets. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. I hope you can. This is the stock twits top 25 S&P 500. You can see some of these have done extremely well. It's the top 25, so 52% or more for the year, right? And these are big stocks too, right? And you've got a lot of energy stocks. But if we come out of that one and we go to the NASDAQ 100, Moderna, 296% for the year. So you're seeing there's just a few stocks is what I'm saying that are like on the NASDAQ 100, the 25th best stock has only got a 25% up. On a lot of years, your 25th best stock on the NASDAQ 100 should be 40, 50% up. We're not seeing that. So it's concentrated at the higher levels. You've got your Googles, you've got your Applied Materials, Moderna, you've got Nvidia, which is, I mean, these are long-term stocks. Again, they're concentrated at the highest levels. eBay, Microsoft, Regeneron, just stocks that you've heard of for years and years and years. And then if you go to the Russell, which is what most people, I'd say most traders trade on, are the Russell stocks. That's where you find the meme stocks. Tell me if you've heard of some of these stocks. AMC up 1,400%. SAVA up 1,300%. Peabody, BTU up 400%. So you're having good meme stocks there. OCGN up 300%. Let me see some ones that we traded. SENS up 270%. ATOS, we talk about them all the time, and I'm going to show you on Shabby Stocks the ones that are trending on Reddit, and you'll see a lot of these. SESN up 200%. Mara, we're talking about, now we're talking about blockchain mining stocks. It's phenomenal. Very, very dope. And that's why we look at sentiment. We like to look at the sentiment, but understand your average stock, it's down this year. It's the top literally 10% of stocks that are carrying the entire market. This is not unusual, even going back, even in emerging markets, it's the same way, right? It's a little bit unusual for the last couple of years, but for now, understand that's what's going on. So unless you're picking the right stocks, you're probably down, right? There's no guru. Now these gurus, I'm not saying that I'm one, have a process. And my process, again, is the dark pools and the insiders. But a lot of these guys will read charts all day. They'll do Fibonacci lines. They'll start drawing all kinds of, support. Where's the support? Where's the resistance? Blah, blah, which I think you incorporate that into. But what you want to Google is, and here's the tips, is you want to Google a chart. It's called the 2 to 100 Club. The 2 to 100 Club. So these are mid-cap stocks. So mid-cap now, it's grown a little bit. So it's between a $2 billion and a $35 billion market cap, right? That's what you want to look at. And you want to look at who is 5% off the all-time highs, right? And then you want to do that for about once a week, and then correlate that for about a month or 2 months, and you'll start seeing stocks that you've never heard of before. Those are the next big stocks, and guess who does that exact same correlation? That would be ARK and Kathy Wood. A lot of hedge funds. I did some research, and that's what they're looking at. They're looking at, these are, you're getting these stocks before they hit 100 billion, right? So you're getting a 3x. You're getting a three banger, right? A three bagger is what they say. So look for that. Trust the process. But it's called 2 to 100 club. That's the that's what you really want to look at. All right. Next up, we're looking at BTC, crypto. You love to see it. Crypto, in fact, before I go there, let's go to crypto right now. Bitcoin, it did hit 45 overnight, clearly pulled back, was 44, and I just looked at it, and now it's high 43. Ethereum is pulled back under 3,000, but you got to have pullbacks to move forward, right? In fact, you want stocks or crypto, you want to have that stock bounce off that where the supply is, right? If it bounces off a couple times, it keeps decreasing the supply, and boom, once it hits it, that third, fourth, fifth time, it's going to explode because the demand's there and the supply's not. Boom. So, and that's how you get a runner in stocks. That's how it takes place. In fact, you'll see get gap and goes too. Here's something else. So a gap and go is where you've got a resistance line and you wake up that a stock is sitting on. You wake up in the morning and it's gapped up over the resistance line, right? Quite a bit, maybe 5-10% plus, right? That is a gap and go, and that is something you want to jump on very, very quickly, right? I'm learning this as I go, as I dig more into stocks and do a whole lot more research. So, all right, so we're in crypto really quick. I do want to show you. So here it is here, and this is why. So this is Bitcoin. If you can't see it, this is saying 42.7. It was done, I believe, on Friday or last night or something like that. But anyway, you can see where the resistance is, where the supply is, right? And it's right. This is 50K, so right in the center. That's that 45K that it just bounced off. That's it, right? But that's why we were saying once it clears 43, it's going to run to 45. It's now bounced off, right? Because it's got to chew through that supply. Once it does, look at where it's going to run to. Now we're looking at about 50. I'd say that's 53-ish. I can't tell on this chart. And then after that, it's going to have to chew through, quite a bit to get to 60. Not like it was chewing through from 30 to 40, but it's got to chew through half of what that was. So is there a clear path back to 60? The answer to that is yes, there is. There's absolutely a clear path. So again, it bounced off the 45. I would expect it to retest this the next couple days, depending on the macro. So let's talk about where this infrastructure bill is. I'm so proud of the crypto community that came together. I tweeted, I called, I did everything that I could, and I know that hundreds of thousands of people in the crypto community did too. It's a very strange bedfellows when you have, Cruz in bed with Democrats fighting for the same thing, right? And Cruz was fighting for us, right? Loomis, Weimer, those were doing. In fact, I think I don't know if I've got anything on the channel. I don't. But you had, so it's so funny. So over 1 million comments came in on the infrastructure bill, excluding the crypto comments. You know how many comments came in on the crypto, if you include tweets, emails, and call? Over 2 million. 2x of any else part of the bill. Crypto has held up this bill now for 4 days. They're just now voting on it. And I think what might happen is that Schumer is literally getting pissed off. He's going to just disavow any amendments to the bill, right? Even if crypto doesn't get the Loomis amendment passed, right? They've already conceded some on it. I know that I think it still involves the devs somehow becoming brokers, which makes no sense. If you don't understand my lawn and you've never been on my lawn and you don't know how my lawn grows, get off my lawn. Don't mow it. It's not yours. And that's what's going on here, right? And so it just pisses you off that you've got the average age in the Senate 64, 65 years old. Do you think they know anything about blockchain, much less, consensus mechanisms, proof of stake, proof of work, proof of authenticity? The answer to that is no, they don't. We've got to get younger people in the Senate, period. So with that said, but I am proud of the crypto community for doing what they did. They have literally stopped down one of the, in fact, I don't know, largest bills in 10 years, at least the last 4, maybe 10. So it just makes you happy to see it. Great to see. So with that said, I told you where I think Bitcoin's going to be. I think Ethereum, I think it will. I hate to say follow, but I think it will follow. Bitcoin hits that 52. Watch out. 53. I would think that Ethereum might be at $3,500. It's great to see. All right. So with that said, guys, I did want to do a couple more things. Let's go to Swaggy Stocks. Look what they're talking about. If you guys want to drop off, that this is just mentions on Reddit. You will see support, Atosa, Game, NSAV is moved up, SESN, Zella is still there, SENS. Let's see what's moved up though. OCGN's back in it. MMAT has moved back. BOAT, BOAT. I don't know what that is. HUT's about the same. Here's a new one as well. CBBT. Don't know what that is, but it has moved up since I last looked on Friday. All right, really cool new. So we're gonna start doing this one too. So this is the Capital. It's called Capital Trades. It's exactly what you think it is, right? But it's better than the old tools that I had. Like there was like Congress Stock Watcher. This one is like literally almost real time, and I love that. So we've got Marie Green, and you can see what they buy or sell. So you're not really looking for everything, but you're looking for like the big ones, right? So here's $100,000. She's got 150 up to 151 shares of Tesla. It's $6.59. So, and she just bought more, right? So you're looking for the purchases, right? And you're also looking at the big purchases, not the 1,000 to 15. You might look at the 15 to 50. Like there was one here I saw that she bought was, there was coin on here. Yeah, she bought Coinbase on Friday before this whole debate. So did she know something where it was going? It maybe because from Saturday, from Friday night to Saturday, crypto pumped. So, and then if we continue to move on, we had Sheldon Whitehouse. He typically buys larger stocks, which is what he's done here. Let me see a big buy of his. That wasn't disclosed. I don't say big buy of his, but like he's in stuff like Intel and Nestle, Xerox, those type of stocks. Let me see if I can get you a bigger buy. Not saying anything, but it also just discloses if the spouse bought it, right? So Pelosi's spouse, has bought multi-million-dollar call options, right? And so she's in here, the spouse, whether their kid, the husband, whatever. So they have to disclose this. So it's called capitaltrades.com. Use it. It is very, very good. What else did I want to get to today? I believe that's probably it today. I've taken up a lot of your time. There is, if you do want to learn more, and you're not a newbie, or even if you're not a newbie, go to this cheatography.com. That's OGRAPHY.com. You can go to the business, and it's got cheat sheets on anything: trading, stocks, risk management, financial consensus, that whole thing. It's very, very good. So I wanted to give you this site too. So with that said, guys, Sorry it was Sunday. I'm sorry I couldn't get this out yesterday. I had my kid, which was very, very fun. He's 3. He played with the big boys yesterday. He got thrown down, but he chased the kid down and made sure that kid never threw him down again. And this kid was 6 inches taller than him too. So proud dad. I don't know if that's good or bad. It just makes you feel good, when they kind of not exact revenge, but they're holding their own because this kid kept pushing him down a lot. So, but anyway, with that being said, guys, watch your 6. You go hard in the paint. You have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you Monday. Love you guys. Thank you guys in the Telegram. One question, Shaw, I need to learn how to trade call options. Shaking my head. Yes, we all need to learn how to trade options. I am not a options trader. I have traded options in the past. I will tell you they're one of the hardest things to learn, but once you get them, people swear by them. I do look at the dark pools, and then I correlate those with the option flow, which way they're going. And the option flow's got to be overwhelmingly going in one direction before I would even make a close call. So on the Telegram channel, jump in, join. There are a couple guys that know options far better than me. So you'll find those in the Telegram channel. Ask questions. Somebody will probably answer those. So with that said, guys, watch 6. Go hard in the paint. Thanks again. Love you guys. We'll see you